This is a couple of nuts. This is a couple of nuts. You're listening to a couple of nuts. Couple of nuts are getting nutty.
Oh. We are.
Oh my God.
We are adorable.
Oh my God. We're crazy. We're nutty. We're wacky.
We're pistachio.
Bethany.
And
Sean. We are a couple of nuts talking.
Is that a couple of nuts angry? Pistachioed?
Right, because, yeah.
Pistachioed. That's funny.
Yeah.
When we make money, are we cashews?
Oh, because the cash. Cashew nuts, right. I feel like we did the whole nut bit already in a previous episode.
We will always do nut bits because we're
a couple of nuts. Give me some.
Yeah.
That was good.
That's right.
That was. Hey, let's mic that high five.
Okay.
Did you hear that, everybody? That's what we call high five. High fucking five.
We sit across from each other so we can high five all fucking day.
High five, fucker. What you think about
high
that?
High fiving motherfucker.
Dun 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 dun.
High fiving motherfucker.
That's Local H.
Yes.
Little tidbit about Bethany, everybody. She dated the singer to Local H for a second, didn't you, babe?
I did, not for a second.
Look
more
at me
than
when
once.
I ask you that question. Look at me. You look at me.
More than once, but now I adore him, and he's one of my very good friends.
You look at me when I ask you that question. You dated other people, didn't you?
I did. I dated him hard and deep.
Oh my God. Oh, that's disgusting. Ew.
You're the one doing it.
Ew, babe.
Why did you do that?
You're the first person I've ever dated hard and deep. So.
Aw.
Yeah.
Give me a high five on that too. That's right.
Not very warranted, but
Why?
I'm a team player, so.
What wasn't warranted, the high five?
Hey, so I was driving home from Costco getting gas the other day. I didn't tell you this, actually.
Oh, boy.
I was behind this guy in like a beat up 90s looking Toyota, and it had the cab and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Those kind of trucks?
Yeah.
Little tiny trucks, little baby trucks, not like a big F-150.
But it's a pickup truck, but with the cab on it.
It's a little tiny baby pickup truck. This motherfucker was driving like he was in the movies. And when I say that, he was like, the steering wheel, he was going left, right, like big thing, and he was swerving everywhere, but like he looked kind of methed up. It looked like an episode of Cops for sure, and he was looking around, but I've never seen anybody actually driving like the steering wheel.
Like they do when when you're pretending.
And it's pretending to drive, and you're like going really hard left, hard right, like tilting it back and forth. He was straight up doing that. It was crazy. I wanted to follow him for a longer, but it got kind of scary and it got kind of boring. But seeing him, I've never seen.
I love that you said longer, which means you actually did go out of your way. That
I followed him for a bit.
And followed him.
I followed him for a bit.
Wow, babe.
I should have hung a left on Burbank Boulevard because that's my normal route, but I switch it up every now and again. But I followed him almost all the way up to Ventura Boulevard.
Okay, well, that was a waste of gas nowadays.
Same distance.
No.
I still had to go that direction. Whether it's to the left, I would have to hang a left at some point.
Yeah, but you went past. How far? If you went to Ventura, you went past.
But I didn't. That's what I just said.
Right,
I almost followed it.
I'm not going to fight with you. The point is, you went out of your way to do nothing. You went out of your way to just watch some dude drive more.
He looked like he was driving in a movie or a show.
It doesn't matter. Take a picture with your mind and then go about your day.
I wanted to see. He looked like he was up to something. I wanted to see what he was up to.
If he is up to something, the last thing I want is you and my car in that area.
Yeah. Well, I'm a detective, so
no.
That's what I was doing. Some PI
You're only
work.
a detective when we're together.
That's partially true, but I also do some side hustles and some side PI work, and that happened. I was on the job for about 4 minutes that day. I got the call from me to check in, see what's going on with this guy driving like he's in a goddamn movie or a television show. So
Let me ask you this. What information did you acquire by those 4 minutes?
Well, he's definitely on something. I want to say meth or crack.
Check, but you already knew that immediately.
Not immediately. When I saw him moving the steering wheel and going from lane to lane, speeding up to red lights, I was like, this guy's up to something. And finally, I was able to get up right on the side of him. Got a good look at him. licking his lips.
Like coked out.
Real messed up or coked up or something.
Yeah.
And he had that look. He kind of had that leather skin. You know what I'm saying? Looked like he hasn't showered in a year
In
or
a
two.
minute.
Yeah. Maybe he's living in the truck.
All right.
I don't know.
I have to move on.
How
can't.
this meth head thinking he's driving in a movie affords gas these days?
He's not
beyond
sitting
me.
there in the car going, I'm driving like a movie. He thinks he's killing it at driving.
Yeah. He thinks
So,
he's a really good driver.
Yes.
I wonder how he affords gas right now. $5 a gallon.
It's probably a stolen truck. Look at us just creating a whole story.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all part of the PI work. It's part of the PI lifestyle, babe.
Wow. I'll tell you how he affords that gas, babe. His wife gave him money for the babysitter, and instead of paying the babysitter, he put money in his gas tank, and then now he was driving towards the ring.
Good one, baby.
Thanks.
Yep, that's very good. That's deep thinking right there, baby. That's called critical thinking. You're really using your noggin on that one. Good job.
Yeah, exactly.
What else is going on?
I don't know.
You have any encounters like that? Anything weird? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling right now? What's going on with you?
I feel indifferent right now. I'm just kind of like,
Here we go.
what do you mean, here we go? What does that mean?
Nothing.
No, what did that mean?
It doesn't mean anything. It's here we go. Here we go.
No, I need you to elaborate.
It honestly means here we go. I mean, go. Like corn, go. You know?
Yeah.
That was a thing in the 90s when a beat or a heavy shit was about to drop. The
love it.
singer would yell, go.
I love
and then
that.
it would go.
I love that, like in AWOL Nation, run.
Run. That's a really mellowed out version of the go. I prefer the go, but that's a cool song.
No, it's like cool. It's like a different way. It was like the mid 2000 way to do it.
I just watched you didn't watch it, but a documentary on the 99 Woodstock.
Yeah.
And Korn played there.
Yeah, lots of good ones. Limp Bizkit.
It was a shit show.
Yeah.
You know, not very well put together, and there was a lot of wackadoodles there. And put together by the same guy that did the original Woodstock. Kind of trippy hippie guy, and MTV was really hated at the time because
of Woodstock or before?
Because it was 99, and this is when like NSYNC and Britney Spears were coming up.
Yikes.
So MTV was like, you know,
becoming that.
it gave way to that. Like it just overnight, you know, went from like rock videos and rap videos to fucking teeny boppy shit. So a lot of the people that were there were really pissed, like legit. Like Carson Daly was there trying to interview people. Like, what the fuck did you do to MTV, man? He's like, oh yeah, at least you're being honest. He's like, and then the guy was like, fuck yeah, I'm being honest. It's fucking bullshit.
Well, I think what they didn't realize is what a movement it was for so many people. Like it was such a great outlet. I mean, the vibe of MTV before that hit, I could only imagine, like, you never visually saw the music until MTV.
Well, of course.
And so here's this wonderful platform you're now getting, and then it's like somebody just rips it away from you.
Yeah.
And changes it completely.
That was crazy.
And you're just
that.
I guess
Total Request Live happened, and it was weird because you would have Korn.
Yeah.
Like Got the Life. And then it would be Britney Spears.
Yeah, Christina Aguilera.
Or Christina, or it'd be NSYNC, and then some new metal.
Just manufactured music. Basically.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like the last dying breaths, I feel like, a music video was early 2000s, and maybe in the mid 2000s, then it was gone. Early 2000s, I feel like, after the teeny boppy
and then
thing
they
happened.
well, what I think happened is the labels got involved, right? So they started either investing or owning or having some sort of contract with them, because if you notice, especially with TRL, and that took over hours of the platform, it was the same like 10-15 people on the countdown every fucking
It's
week.
the same thing.
And then their new single would come out and they're on it again. It's like it was just so gross. And like being a kid, obviously I had no idea that was happening. You're just like watching this thing happen because you don't realize the power. There's powers that be and money being handled and
you don't think about that.
Handshakes and dicks being sucked.
Back to 99 Woodstock. Carson Daly's like side stage, up by the stage. People are throwing fucking bottles at him and shit like that. And Woodstock 99 really turned into quite the shit show. And it was such a weird, because you had Korn, you had Kid Rock, Limp Bizkit, and then you had Jewel and Alanis Morissette.
Alanis is pretty rocking.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of chicks there.
I don't equate Alanis with Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera at all.
Oh God, not
she
at all.
She could play an instrument and she fucking wrote all that shit.
I saw her on that first album, on that tour at the Greek Theater, whatever year that was, 95, 94, something like that, 95. Anyways, so, and people responded well to her. There was a lot of females there, so they were screaming, singing out loud.
Yeah.
A lot of women got assaulted at Woodstock 99 too. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It was like a frat boy vibe for sure. And then
just drugs. Lots of drugs.
Well,
the
deal was it was 3 days and people were staying there for 3 days because you're in the middle of nowhere.
Right, in the desert.
People weren't living. It was upstate New York.
Oh, never
it was
mind.
At
I'm
a
get confused.
Right.
With Coachella.
It was at and Coachella, the first one was later that year, which was a success, and everybody, it was great, and that's why it's still successful and happens, every year now, Coachella. But it was at an Air Force base, in an abandoned Air Force base in Rome, New York, I think it was called, something like that. And so they had set everything up for people, but what the deal was, it was 3 days, 3 nights, and it never stopped. So after the bands were done at like midnight or 1, there were raves all night. So people were just up for days straight.
Wow.
And there was a guy that they interviewed in the documentary. He was like, I just went there and, within 3 days, it was similar to that rat experiment that I watched.
Yeah.
Rat Utopia, Mice Utopia, where they give the mice everything they need. And it was, so they had music and then they ended up tearing it apart. But rapidly. This was in 3 days.
Yeah.
That they ended up burning.
Well, it sounds like no sleep, drugs.
Yeah.
No water.
Alcohol.
No water.
That's the deal also. They were charging, it was $4 for a bottle of water.
Wow.
And then they had these big ass troughs that people just ended up jumping in and taking baths in, which you were supposed to be dipping your bottle or whatever.
Which is still gross.
Disgusting.
To all dip.
And people were bathing in it with soap and shampoo, so that got completely fucked. They said the grounds were just covered in piss and shit. People were just shitting and pissing everywhere. So there was nowhere dry to walk around.
Who's raising these people?
That's the thing. That's what they were like talking about. Why are these people so angry? And they were like, most of the people were in their late teens to mid-20s. That was like a lot of the audience crowd that was there. And it started off, as good vibes and everything like that. But then they had the security guards who were not. But you
can't even say that. It's only 3 days.
It's,
by day 3, it was already a nightmare.
By day 3, it was burned to the ground.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't say it started off, started off the first 15 minutes?
They hired just random people to be security guards. So the security guards were, taking they weren't allowed to bring water bottles. So they were taking people's water bottles, but apparently, if they gave them like $20 and they found a fucking shit ton of cocaine and drugs, they were like, all right, they got paid off and they would let them take the drugs inside. So a lot of them are to blame, the security guards. And it got to a point where I guess the rioting really started around when Limp Bizkit was playing, because they played their fucking banger break stuff. And it's not like what Fred Durst said to the crowd was, he's like, I want all you motherfuckers to take you had a bad fucking day. If you got a shitty fucking boss, if you got shitty fucking parents, I want you to let that shit out right now. Come on. And then, he wasn't meaning literally fucking like burn this place to the ground. He was saying, essentially, from what I gathered, dance, mosh, jump up and down, do whatever you do to music. Let it out to music. And then they started climbing the rafters and tearing shit down, and it got really bad. And then the next night, that was the second night. Then the third night, it just burned to the ground.
So is this just like Sean's gonna watch shows and then come on the podcast?
I was just giving you a little rundown about this documentary that I watched about 99. I was taking a trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
And you're welcome for that.
Okay.
So.
And
there was something else I wanted to touch on about it too. I'll do that another time. I'll save that for another day. That's good. Check that documentary out though, HBOmax.
Yeah.
Woodstock
well, we also
99.
just watched Lollapalooza on YouTube and saw some Limp Bizkit, which was great.
Yeah, we watched Limp Bizkit.
Fred in his gray wig, looking like Beastie Boys Sabotage.
I'm digging
the handlebar mustache.
I'm digging the dad look that he's got going on.
Wes looking tough as ever.
Yeah.
Thick boy now.
Yeah, he's a thick boy.
Doing his little butt move.
He's a thick boy.
Where he sticks his butt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy.
It's impressive. I'm into it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Man, Lethal looking fat as fuck.
Whoa.
What's
DJ fat.
Yeah, he is.
Fat.
Why aren't the boys being like, look at how lean and good we're looking, bro? Like, you got to up your game and lower your calories.
I feel like they don't talk. I feel like they go in and rehearse and then they go their separate ways and then they play. I don't know.
I mean, they're all so different. I mean, look at them. You know, like Fred's the silly dad. Wes is like the scary demon boy, like
the artist
weightlifter,
of the group.
Right? And then the bass player, was it Jason? What's his name?
His name's Sam.
Sam. He's like fully tatted, super skinny.
Yeah,
looks like a beach boy.
Kind of looks like the bass player of Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. But skinnier.
Yeah.
And taller.
He looks really skinny now, the bass player of Rage.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
And then Lethal just looks like
he's out back there eating burgers.
He is just
scratching burgers.
Yeah, he's
McDonald's.
like, I'm gonna eat and sit.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say because we were talking about the go.
Yeah.
And then you said run. What's that band's name? AWOL Nation. Because I wanted to put this out there for AWOL Nation and anybody that grows and sells kale. I think for this song, sale.
I think it's already been done, honey.
It's not been done because this is an idea I've had since that song came out. Stop it. And it goes like this. Kale. Kale. So you say kale instead of sale. You guys get it together. AWOL and a kale manufacturer get together. Make it happen. Come to me if you need a music video shot for it. AWOL if you need.
What if it's the post office and they're like mail?
Anything that says ale.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
How about IPA? Pale.
Pale. Ale.
What if God, when it makes it rain? Hail.
Yeah. And then after it rains, because there's snails all over the place. Yeah. Snails.
What about when you buy a loaf of bread and it's a month old? Stale.
Oh, yeah, that's good. What about...
How about this? When you're in the water in the ocean, you see a whale.
Yeah, that's good, baby. Yeah. What about when you're...
How about this? When you're successful and then the guy next to you fails.
Okay, yeah. But you keep interrupting me and then I lose my thought every time that you say something.
Yeah. What about this? You got a beer or an ale?
I already said ale. Fail.
I already said fail.
Oh, gotcha.
I already said fail.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. How much fun are we having here?
Hey, looks so cute.
Let's do a quick little shout out to ourselves. Okay. Acon Podcast on Instagram, ACON.
Oh, what? They're so funny.
Acon Podcast Talking on Facebook.
They make talking look effortless.
And for fucking God's sake, review us on Apple. What is fucking wrong with you? God damn it.
For the love of Almighty Lord.
What do we have to do?
Tell one person, at least just tell one other soul.
We see that we have listeners.
Shoot them a link.
We see that we have listeners because we have analytics. So I'm talking directly to you. Please just take a screenshot of us and put it on your fucking social media and show people that you're listening to us so other people know who we are.
Please. We are so appreciative and so grateful that you're there. But come on, throw a bone to one of your friends. Let them enjoy the podcast too.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. What do we got to do,
You can't
babe?
keep us all to yourselves. Even though we love you, you can't keep us all to yourselves.
I feel like the little baby lizard that someone has in their t-shirt pocket and they go to school and they don't show anyone and they keep all that cuteness close to their chest, but they don't, share it with anyone.
I used to collect baby
feel
lizards.
like we are the baby lizard.
I used to collect baby lizards.
I'm going to need all of our people listening to take the fucking baby lizard out your goddamn t-shirt pocket and show all the other kids in class.
We're the baby lizard.
And let them pet it and touch it. And yes, if we are that baby lizard. All right.
Can I say something really quick, too?
I think you're going to, yes.
Yeah. And it has nothing to do
It'd be a
with what we were just
shitty
talking about.
podcast if you decided not to.
I guess that's the whole point, is saying stuff.
Yeah.
Just kind of going from topic to topic. Why do they, in movies and television shows, why do they play covers of really great songs?
This is some new thing. Do you know what I think it is?
Why don't they play
I'll tell you why.
The song? Instead, they're playing, I'll let you go on your rant really quick, but they play really slowed down, mellow, usually female
Usually
sang.
girls who sound the same.
It'd be a piano slow. God.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of I'm totally blanking on that song that we just saw.
I wish you were here.
How I wish you were here.
Right.
Like, it's a Pink Floyd song, which is one of the greatest songs ever written, but instead they're playing some chick in a piano covering it.
Yeah,
and
I have
it's
no
like,
idea. So
why are you doing this?
I wanted to be as confused as you are, but then I totally knew what it was.
Is it for the cost?
It's cheaper. Because
Right.
you don't have to fucking pay Pink
It
Floyd
hit me
prices.
too as we were saying it out
No,
loud.
but I think even more importantly is they're pushing their artist. So they take somebody else's amazing nugget of a song that they wrote.
Right.
It's just like what they do with all the movies where they redo The Craft and then they redo, pretty soon they're going to redo Back to the Future. Like they redo all these epic movies, so they can remake money on it and push a new artist.
Because it was already a success, so it's like this.
Right,
It's already
it's like
a success. It works.
especially because they sing it exactly the same. Like if you're gonna do a cover, this is such a big. I'm in a rant right now because this is such a big.
Here we go.
Fucking pet peeve of
Here
mine.
we go.
Listen, all I'm gonna put quotations of musicians and singers. You are not allowed anymore to make a cover song that sounds exactly like the fucking original song.
Oh, shit.
Because let me tell you something.
Oh shit.
In all my days and all the music discography and all the shit we've listened to and the plethora of songs available, there's one exception. Remind me to tell you what the exception is. But other than that exception, there has never been a cover song that ended up better than the original fucking amazing song.
Hey, quick
You
interjection.
can't sing it better.
A lot of people think that the Johnny Cash version of "Hurt" is
Oh
better
my
than the 9 Inch
God,
Nails.
I can't.
I can't stand that version.
That's somebody who wants to pretend they've been listening to Johnny Cash forever and get it.
Oh my God.
And
I saw somebody do
It's
a post.
garbage.
They did a post once and they quoted the song and they put Johnny Cash. Yeah.
No. Well,
Yes.
Johnny Cash just did one thing and he changed the word shit. He
fact
wouldn't
that he was-
say shit.
that's-
The fact that he didn't say shit
You're not
bothered.
allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You don't get
can't
to do
change
that.
somebody else's song. Don't get me started.
But
So-
then I also saw that people commented on it like, that was a 9 Inch Nails song. But it's basically Johnny Cash's song now anyway. So yeah.
You guys are idiots. Anyone who thinks that. I'll go toe to toe with you. I'll have you on this podcast and we can go through each fucking line and I'll tell you why it's a piece of shit.
I mean, it sucks he was dying, but you can hear the cancer in his voice and shit. It's just like, fuck. Like, okay, he was on his fucking...
that part's cool then, I guess.
Like, he was
but
on his deathbed, I get it, but it's not better than the
just
original
because-
version by any means.
Right. Just because he's on his deathbed and we love Johnny Cash.
I don't
does
care
not
if Trent
mean-
Reznor thinks it's better, too.
Trent
You're
Reznor's
wrong,
saying
Trent.
it's better because he has to.
You're wrong, Trent Reznor. I'll get you on this podcast, go toe-to-toe with your ass and tell you how your version of the song is better than
I
Johnny
just said
Cash's
that.
version of the song.
Almost
I'll go
verbatim.
toe-to-toe with you. You come on here, and we'll fucking talk about it, bro. Get at me, T-Rez, get at me,
You said
homeboy.
D.
I said T.
Oh.
Get at me, Trez. Let's do this. Fucking punk.
Yeah, there's no comparison. I can't with people.
Fucking punk.
It's more like a sentiment.
Fuck you.
An emotional charge. See, it's an emotional charge that
good
people
callback,
had.
babe. Good callback.
Now, let me finish my rant because you always interrupt.
Here we go.
Cover songs 99% of the time suck my asshole. There's never a time I'm going to pick the version
Baby,
over...
here's the song, and here's your butthole. I'm the song.
The original song, you mean?
No, the cover. So your butthole's right here, the microphone, and I'm the song.
Yeah, and my asshole is shooting out as much fart gas as it can.
After a celery juice cleanse.
Yes, just a blowout in your fucking covered mouth. Now, I can't stand it. It's just, it makes me so livid. Like, if you can't originally make it your own, like if you don't have something that makes you so special in your sound, and you're like, I really connect to this song, I'm going to make it my own. Now, I don't mean change the melody. I just mean I'm going to make it my own. It's going to be different.
Well, that's the one thing about those versions they play in movies. I guess a lot of them, like Ryan Adams' Wonderwall.
Okay, so that was my one exception.
Right, but a lot of the versions are like that. I think that set the precedent or whatever.
No.
Because I'm not saying they're anywhere near as good as Ryan Adams' version, but oddly enough, that song's never used in anything when it's the best one there is, but they are slowed down like Ryan's and they're very minimal.
No, I'm going to tell you why Ryan's is the best.
I know why Ryan's is the best.
And again, fucking shit.
What's going on, babe? You all right? You okay?
I'm so hungry,
you need
baby.
to take a breath?
I'm so hungry and I'm livid when we have this discussion. Not livid, I'm just very passionate. Oasis even said, so Liam has been on the record, both of them on the record, being like, it fucking far surpassed our version. Now,
did they?
Yes.
They don't seem like the type of people that would say that.
Oh, I know.
Damn.
I know.
If they did say that?
Oh, hell yeah, they did.
That's huge.
So anyways, the reason.
And that's a difference than Trent.
Stop it right now.
Trent saying it about Johnny Cash. Because Trent was just saying it.
You know he was.
Yeah.
Because you don't not say shit if the word is shit written in the song. How dare you? Who do you think you are? I don't care that you're Johnny Cash.
His crown of thorns.
Stop. I'm saying something.
Thorns.
Stop. I mean it. So, Sean, I'm really going to get mad. I'm hungry. I'm trying to get this point out, and you do this all the time.
Face right now. Please finish your rant, babe. Here we go.
I can't finish because I keep getting interrupted. It's no longer a rant now. It's just sentences randomly askewed.
Welcome to a podcast, honey.
So the reason Ryan Adams
Wonderwall.
I don't want to do this podcast anymore. I'm being honest.
Baby, please finish. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
The reason Mr. Adams' version of Wonderwall is better.
Mr. Adams.
Is because
Mr. Adams.
The way he I'm just so hungry. And you've interrupted me so many times. I can't.
Maybe.
No, it's the way he phrases.
I know. And then there's this one part where he goes like, at the end, that one thing he does with his voice. He doesn't even say anything.
No.
Oh, we fucking love Ryan Adams on this podcast, by the way.
It gives me chills because the song was fine. Like, I love Oasis. I don't even listen to Oasis. I just respect them so much.
I love them.
No, I mean, I love them, but it's not something I'm
love
constantly
Johnny Cash
putting
too, by
on.
the way.
Shut the fuck up and let me finish. Unfucking
love Johnny
real.
Cash, by the way, too, everybody.
I'm
just
done.
So you know.
I'm going to eat. You talk.
Okay. I think what Baby's trying to get across here is that basically...
He felt the song. He actually felt and got the meaning of the song, which they didn't even realize until he sang it.
Baby, get back on your mic. Come on. No, I see what you're saying, though, because these new covers that they do are strictly like they're bought. They're bought and paid for a commercial or for some Netflix teeny bopper show. So there's a huge difference where the Ryan Adams version, he just recorded because he loves the song so much. And it makes sense that he feels that more because he wasn't doing it for a show or a commercial. He was doing it because he feels it and he loves it. And speaking of Ryan Adams, my God, we're watching his, I don't want to say his demise, but he's kind of falling apart there. If you guys don't follow Ryan Adams on Instagram, an amazingly talented songwriter. He kind of came under some heat for some shit. She got some food, everybody.
You hear that?
But
Not too loud.
he's posting these videos, and they're great. Unfortunately, because he's doing like his whole albums, and he's playing songs that he's never released, and he's doing new covers of songs. Speaking of, he did a couple covers today. He did "The Boys of Summer" by Don Henley. Mm-hmm. Incredible! It's just like the Wonderwall version. It's beautiful. But he's drinking a lot, and his teeth are usually purple because he's drinking wine, and it's kind of a bummer to see.
I started crying a couple nights ago because it's
literally a cry for help.
I love him so much, and I think that he's so uber talented, and his focus. I mean, I don't know him, obviously. I mean, I feel like I know him because of his music. I've been a fan for, 20 years, and you know how, like, when you go through life experiences hey, stop it.
Sorry, Cookie's licking her cat tree right now.
Stop it.
Cookie.
You know when you go and experience life and then you see somebody else kind of who has, hey, stop it. I mean it. And so help me, Cookie. You keep that tongue in your mouth. You keep that tongue in your mouth, bitch. All right.
Good girl.
Oh, no. No, stop. Stop it. No.
My God, that's the cutest. That is just the cutest face.
Cutest thing, but stop licking that shit. Anyways, you know when you've gone through stuff and then you see somebody kind of way back doing the same thing that you did a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, bro, I can help you out so much. And I don't mean like I can fix him or anything like that. It's just like his focus just needs to change.
I know.
That's all. Like,
he's really
so worried.
He's really in it. And I guess he's on the verge of losing his house, he said, and he's making merchandise because he got dropped by his label. So he's making literally shirts for every song.
Yeah.
For people's favorite songs. And he's struggling.
It makes me sad.
It is a bummer, but
I'm sure a lot of people don't even know who we're talking about.
No.
But so we shouldn't go into it too much. But
I mean, it was mostly just about covering songs, and he
is a good cover.
Yeah, there was like it was a fucking car commercial or some shit like that. And it was someone did a cover of and I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more.
Yeah.
And then the version was, of course, a woman singing with a piano.
No, work 500 miles. Yeah. I mean, what is it? All the women just sound exhausted.
Oh my God.
And like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, so they can't take a deep breath, so they're just like
Do people like these covers? Oh, that's also something. That was a segment I wanted to do too. Is there this could be it. What is it that you hate that a lot of people like? And I'm guessing people like these cover versions because it's used.
Well, if I say it, then I feel like our audience is going to hate us because they probably all like it. Like, I don't like Ariana Grande.
I mean,
never got into her music. I don't get it.
That doesn't mean that we dislike the people. It just means, like, what do we dislike? So Ariana Grande.
Most people like.
Ariana Grande. I can't even sing one of her songs.
No, me neither.
I don't know any of her songs.
Me neither.
She's the Disney kid.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. She a Disney kid. I don't
know. I don't think she did. I mean, she's got
Here's
I'm not
one.
even going to say it.
Here's one that I always get guff for.
What?
I don't like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh my God. This is one of the reasons why we fell in love.
I don't like them.
Because I cannot stand them.
I don't like them.
And by the way, I think Flea is awesome.
They're all talented. Minus the singer. All the musicians.
Chad or Brad, the drummer?
Chad. And then all the different guitarists they've had. John Frusciante.
Yeah, they always have special guitarists.
Dave Navarro. They're all great.
Do you know what it is? I think I don't like Anthony Kiedis.
It's Anthony Kiedis that ruins it.
His voice. He's the worst lyricist. Well,
what?
by the way, that's on record. If you hear him live, he is just abominable.
Well, he's doing that, but like somehow out of tune.
Right.
Like what?
How are you talking?
How are you even doing? You're talking out of tune.
And you've sang this. You've sang these songs for fucking 15, 20 years. Oh my God.
Like,
and I think he thinks if he moves more, we're not gonna notice. Right. I love that every song's called Donna Dante.
Donna Dante.
Oh man, really? That nailed it. I don't know if there's a band I hate more.
You know who else? Who I love though. I love Rob Zombie and White Zombie, but live, he's gotten better live. But man, if you look at some of that early footage of him, it's so bad because he's running from side to side the entire show, just running back and forth.
So
back in the day.
So he has the Anthony Kiedis kind of mindset where if I'm moving around.
But his songs and visuals are so dope. But with Red Hot Chili Peppers, it's just the only visual is Kiedis taking his shirt off. And it's not even that great of a body.
He's so tiny.
It's not
He's
even
so
that great
tiny.
Of a body.
I can't.
Respect the fact that they're super successful. And I mean, I remember I had that one album with Under Blood Sugar Sex Magic on cassette tape when I was a kid. Never listened to it though from start to finish. Just really went to the singles. And that's when I was a kid. I kind of liked their stuff when I was a kid, but the older I get, it's like, ew, I don't like it. And I think we talked about it before, but it's just like Lenny Kravitz's guitar playing.
Oh, God, I can't.
I don't like it.
Santana, I can't.
Oh, my God. Bleep, bleep, bleep. It's the same thing. That's Santana. That's Anthony Kiedis.
You know what else I hate?
And Lenny Kravitz. Same shit.
I'm going to blow your mind because I know you really like this person. I've seen this person live in very intimate settings, and I don't like him.
Who?
John Mayer. And it's because he does his solos.
I don't love him or anything.
And then he'll look at you and he'll be like, "Wait for this." And then he kind of does his solo, and it's just like, get over yourself.
Well, he's
like you sound.
I like him because he was on the Chappelle Show and stuff like that. That was fun.
Yeah, no, I think he's funny. I just couldn't stand watching him play.
Oh, I could never go to one of his shows and sit
like
there for
him thinking
hours.
he is just God.
Sit there for 3 hours and just watch him.
And
no
you're
way.
like, bro, you're doing riffs that like the legends did before you. Stop acting like you've invented this new wheel guitar.
Oh man, that was another thing about the 99 Woodstock. There were people like paying homage to the 69 Woodstock. So Jimi Hendrix did the Star Spangled Banner and he lit his guitar on fire. So I forgot, I want to say it was like the Roots or something like that. Somebody did that. Nobody had any idea what they were talking about. They went to interview people. They're like, who originally played the Star Spangled Banner in 1969? And they were in front of a giant Jimi Hendrix mural.
Wow.
And the guy was like, oh, I don't know. I think his name's like Barry or something like that. Like they had no idea. And then
wow, you found a way to bring this up again.
The guitarist from, I think it was Limp Bizkit or the Rage bass player came out flipping the crowd off, and I forgot somebody from Woodstock did that as well, and it was a big deal. And they were saying fuck you, chanting fuck you.
Yeah,
they were saying fuck and the crowd would say you, and that was, I'm totally blanking on, but it was another homage, and nobody had any idea what they were doing.
Isn't that the norm of every generation?
Yeah, I guess. So these people weren't there because it was like Woodstock. They were there to see fucking like Korn. And
right. They were there
Rage
just to see the band they liked.
Metallica and all those bands.
It could have been called Fart Knocker 99.
Right.
And they were all going to go because fucking Biscuit and Korn were there.
Yeah.
A delicious meal was there.
Yeah.
Glad you scooped in again and brought up the 99 Woodstock.
Well, that was,
documentary you
Welcome
watched.
to Sean's Reviews. So that's a new segment here on the podcast. Sean.
No.
Sean's Chuck It or Fuck It. Shuck it or shuck it.
I feel like we're losing them right now.
Yeah, it's kind of going
It's kind of going downhill. So we need either a new topic Or
what do you got? I mean, you got a little food in your system now.
No, my phone's over there.
Yeah.
So where I write everything down, it's being plugged in, so I can't.
All right, let me see what I got
can get
really
up,
quick.
I guess.
What is with all these fucking claim your insurance emails I get? Like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for any of this. All these emails I get.
You know what I fucking hate? I hate when I buy something from a company and then 2 seconds later, that company decides to send me an email with a discount. Go fuck yourself, bitch. Yeah. Like, why didn't you just give me that on the way out of my cart?
Right.
Okay. So now when your shit comes, I'm sending it fucking back. Okay. I'm sending it back. Yeah. Then I'm going to repurchase it with the fucking email code that now is 25% off. How about that, bitch? How about in 4 months I own your company?
Stick it to them, bitch. Right? You bitches.
That is some major ass bullshit. Why not just go, oh, hey, thanks for purchasing. Here's a gift for being lovely.
There are a lot of things where you sign up for something, you put your email in, and they shoot you at your first purchase 20% off. But then there's those companies that just...
They wait till after because they want you to buy something again. Nuh-uh. Not this one. You might get Mr. Gullible, but not this lady. 2 thumbs pointing at me. Nuh-uh. I'm going to send it back and then get my discounted merch.
We were watching something on TV the other day and I had a thought about it. And there was bears, like the animal bear.
Oh, my.
And then there was bear poop. It might have been, Alone. Alone. We were watching Alone and there was a bear trail. And then there were berries in the bear poop. And then I thought to myself, is that why they call bears bears? Because they eat a lot of berries?
It's spelled different.
Understandable. But why is it called a bear? Makes sense to me.
I mean, why is a giraffe called a giraffe?
Makes sense. I'm sure there's a reason why.
Okay, well.
Makes sense to me. It's because they eat a lot of berries.
I guess we can't Wikipedia it because I'm sure it's different now.
It's been altered.
Yeah,
now.
It's been
altered. So the bear's called berries because they eat berries. So that's why it's called a bear.
They eat other things. They eat fish. We don't call them fishers. Like,
there's not fish bears. There's not fish bears.
No.
Salmon bears?
They're just bears.
Oh.
Yeah, that eat fish.
It was just a thought I had. You remember how we talked about I was looking at the palm trees one day and I was like, that's for a brontosaurus. And you were like, no, that's not for a brontosaurus. So again, just little thoughts in my head. Is a bear called because they eat berries? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something to think about, people.
Okay.
Mull over that one.
All right, I'm going to actually get up and get my phone just so I don't have to bear another one of your topics. So.
Well, we're winding down here. Oh. So it's like, why don't you just save it for the next one, honey?
Okay.
I think that's a really good note to end on, thinking, why are bears called bears? Is it because they eat berries? Is Sean onto something here? I don't know. Think about it.
Okay. I can't.
Can't what?
Think about it. Like, I don't want to.
Why?
Because that to me is frivolous.
Why?
Because
anything could be frivolous.
Of course, that's what I mean. It would take me down the
What's the definition of frivolous?
Bear hole.
What's the definition of frivolous?
Frivolous means like extraneous, like extra stuff that's unnecessary.
That could literally be anything. It all depends on your outlook.
That's what I'm saying. So if you take me down the bear lane of why a bear is called a bear, I'm going to have to go through every animal, every reason why everything. Why is this called a microphone?
Now that seems frivolous.
Why is it called a microphone when this microphone's big?
See, what I did was very finite, very minimal, very simple. Why is a bear called a bear? Nothing else. Now, what you're doing is extremely frivolous because now you're all the way on microphones.
How would I stop at one name?
Focus. Bear. Why is a bear called a bear?
Really, honey, if I were listening to this podcast, I'd turn it off.
Well, you're not our listeners, and our listeners love us.
Wow.
I get inundated with emails every day from all over the world.
Where are they getting your email?
You have an amazing voice. Sean, the topics you talk about are incredible. Sean, you make me feel so hopeful, and you give me so much joy.
You know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring it to the audience. You let us know if today, on a scale of 1 to titillating, how titillating were Sean's subjects matter? Subject matter. I'm hungry, honey.
Okay, honey. Okay, we can go get something to eat. Thanks, everybody, for listening. And don't forget to follow us, ACON Podcast on Instagram, A Couple of Nuts Podcast Talking on Facebook.
A Couple of Nuts Talking Podcast.
We are on Apple, obviously, because some of you are listening to Apple. And now the people that are listening to us on Apple right now, please leave us a review.
Pull your car over. Get off your toilet.
I see that 35% of our listeners listen on Apple Podcasts. Hey, please.
Just a review. Hit 5 stars.
We'll start simple. Just hit 5 stars. Hit stars. Hit any of the stars.
No, 5 of them, though. Because
We'd
if you're
really
listening,
like it if you did 5,
we know you like it.
And then you could write a review. You could write, I love these nuts. Love these nuts.
I want these nuts in my mouth.
Boom. Write that as a review.
Then you're funny. People are going to laugh. They're going to think you're witty.
We just need the validation, the reassurance that what we're doing here is bringing joy to people.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that. And thanks, everybody, for chiming in all around the world. All our international listeners. We got our Aussies down under. Wait, is that how you...
I'm so bored.
Okay.
I am like, ugh,
okay,
right
everybody.
now.
Thanks for stopping by.
Stay nutty, everybody.
Bye for now.
Kimpses.
Bethany and Sean. We are a couple of nuts talking